Why did my roommate's boyfriend always seem nervous when Emma left us alone together? Living with Emma was honestly the best roommate situation I'd ever had. We got along great, had similar schedules, shared the same taste in Netflix shows, and rarely had any drama. But then there was her boyfriend Jake, who made things increasingly awkward every single time he came over to our apartment. At first, I thought maybe he just didn't like me or felt uncomfortable around Emma's friends in general. Some guys are just weird about their girlfriends' roommates, right? But then I started noticing this really specific and strange pattern that made absolutely no sense. Every single time Emma would leave the room, whether she was running to the corner store, taking a long shower, grabbing something from her car downstairs, doing laundry in the basement, or even just going to the bathroom for 2 minutes, Jake would suddenly transform into this fidgety, nervous, sweating mess around me. It wasn't just normal social awkwardness either. The guy would literally find the most ridiculous excuses to leave whatever room I was in the exact moment Emma disappeared from sight. If she went to grab mail from downstairs, he'd suddenly remember he urgently needed to check his phone outside on the balcony. If she hopped in the shower, he'd claim he had to move his car because of street cleaning or call his mom back about some fake emergency. It was like he was physically allergic to being alone with me for even 30 seconds. I started timing it out of curiosity, and he'd never last more than 20 seconds in the same room as me without Emma there as a buffer. The whole situation was getting absolutely ridiculous. I'd be sitting on the couch watching television. Emma would get up to make popcorn in the kitchen, and Jake would immediately start pacing around like he was trapped in a cage with a wild animal. He'd check his watch constantly, glance toward wherever Emma went every few seconds, and basically act like he was doing some kind of mental countdown timer until she returned to save him. Emma started joking that he was legitimately afraid of me, asking if I'd said something threatening to scare him off or if I had some kind of intimidating aura she didn't know about. But honestly, we barely ever talked when she wasn't around because he was always so eager to escape any potential one-on-one interaction. This went on for months. Every movie night, every dinner, every casual hangout in the same weird dance. Emma leaves, Jake panics, Jake finds excuse to leave, Emma returns, Jake acts totally normal again. It was like watching someone flip a switch. Last week, when Emma went to pick up our Chinese takeout order from the restaurant down the street, Jake was doing his usual nervous routine, shifting around on the couch, checking his phone every 5 seconds, clearly planning his next escape route. That's when I finally decided I'd had enough of whatever this bizarre situation was. I confronted him straight up, asking why he acted so incredibly weird around me whenever Emma wasn't there to supervise us. Was it something specific I had done? Did he have some serious problem with me that he couldn't just talk about like a normal adult human being? That's when Jake completely broke down and admitted something I never saw coming in a million years. He'd developed serious romantic feelings for me over the past few months, but was desperately trying to fight them by avoiding any situation where we might actually connect or have a real conversation without Emma there. He explained that he'd been with Emma for over a year and genuinely cared about her, but somewhere along the way he'd started noticing things about me that made him question everything about their relationship. The way I laughed at his jokes, how we had eerily similar taste in music and movies, how ridiculously easy it was to talk to me during group conversations. The worst part was learning that he'd been seriously planning to break up with Emma because he felt so guilty about having feelings for someone else. I won't lie, I did like him a little. Maybe more than I should have. The way we clicked, the way he noticed things about me Emma never did, it got in my head. But in that moment, I saw the guilt in his eye sand. I knew I'd never trust myself if I let anything happen. So I told him to be honest with Emma, then leave. He did. Emma cried for 2 days, then quietly said, "Thanks for not being like him." We never talked about it again.